draft is going to be the Zhang Fei. Byron come through like we've been seeing for pretty much all of day 2. Those Byron backdoor plays have been phenomenal, and I can imagine that Xinlin is going to be just as good as we've seen him before on this Byron, as well as the Musashi for Dao Dao, which is a new debut hero here for Dao Dao.
Yep, AG gonna use the standard, right? We want to up the farm for the side of Zeiss, and that is going to allow them to really just clear off the first wave in the mid lane, transition into the bot lane really quickly after they take this River Sprite as well. Looks like they're going to ignore it at this point.
Yeah, a little bit of a quicker start here for AG Global. This is probably the confidence that they need going into what could be potentially the last game for them in the Open Series, because Fearless Esports Hong Kong, for those new tuning in at home, are currently 2-0. But here we are, KK Woodwind are going in here, trying to do a little bit of a mental play here. Woodwind taking a lot of damage there from Zaze. So is KK as well, not enough healing, and we don't have the shield like we just saw there from the Zhang Fei, which enables you to go back in.
Yep, so Leaping Savior cancelled out by the heals coming in from Xingling, right, with the passive as well. So Zay's doing really well for himself. Right now, it really is, can they identify where is this weakness point that they can kind of farm up and put bodies down on the side of Fearless Esports Hong Kong, right? AG, I like the start of this game. They get the farm, they're funneling it into Zay's, but can they do more? Can they find an opening?
I have to say, though, Fable is really good at landing these trick shots on whatever mid lane hero he decides to play. Those skills that deserve precision or need precision, he's always landing them, like the Frigid Prison there. Just able to just land it onto the Kaiser, just kind of stopping that rotation, stopping that tempo, which is basically the main function of that when you're not using it in a team fight to sort of isolate one of the team members. It's to kind of stop these roaming heroes and stop their tempo, which can be at the detriment of the game.
Well, then, he seems like a Fable, right? Because he is always able to get the skills down. Now, Ertian, having such difficulty in the mid lane against Fable here, already has that EXP advantage. And here we go. Look at that. 3 hits all over the place once again.
Yes, a lot of pressure onto the side, well, a lot of presence, shall I say, from Fearless Esports to the side of Tyrant. But here we go, Joe K goes in with the Invincible Warrior ultimate, but the Winter is here, really negates how he can navigate that team fight before himself. And there we go, Musashi claiming the first blood onto AG Global. Dao Dao with true fashion getting the first blood.
Yep, the trigger fingers onto the Invincible Warrior didn't really work out for them. There was a lot of escape mechanisms still available for the side of Fable, right? Using the flash to get out. At the same time, that pulled Zhouke a little bit too far in, and Dao Dao loves overcommitment.
Yes, because I mean, he has punished even Gold Dot Gaming for overcommitting once before as well, so it's no stranger to see them do it once again, even for a better team like AG Global. But Woodwind taking a few bits of damage here from Joe K, but there comes that Winter's coming just to try and stop him getting on top of that T1 to safety, as well as doing damage onto the Lady Sun.
Yep, so Duel to the Death committed onto Ertian, but he seems fine in Peril State, not going to be lasting too long. And at this point, Dao Dao and Fable, they want to do a fast clear because the neutral objectives are going to be coming out soon.
Yeah, 6 seconds until those neutral objectives are up. We've not actually seen a first blood into the Clash lane for the first time, it seems. We've just seen a lot more brawling going on in the other lanes, but we can kind of see that Xinlin is rotating down to the farm lane. We see that Snow uses that teleport mechanic to try and get in, to try and contest this neutral objective, going over to Fearless Esports once more, and there it is. Xinlin is getting the kill onto Joe K, but it's not just Joe K that goes down, Xinlin goes down as well. So Ming, we have a Lady Sun without the Ming here, which is going to be a bit more of a scared Lady Sun.
Yep, and that's why you pick the Woodwind Zhang Fei, right? That unbridled outburst with that push away, the knockback. So clinical and crucial in getting the confirmation onto the smites for the neutral objectives. Now they've secured the Tyrant. They have an EXP lead, a goal lead, 3,000 at the 5-minute mark. Fearless Esports Hong Kong once again are so dominant.
Very dominant with that tier 2 takedown again. There's just been such a focus on these side lanes for Fearless Esports, and we normally see from AG Global, this is what their MO was for the beginning part of the tournament. We were knowing them for the objective taken, not really going for these brawls, but speaking of brawls, we're having one win pretty low here. The Unbridled Outrage comes through and saves his life. That shield right now is the only thing standing between the death of Zhongfei and keeping him alive, and currently at level 7 across the board, they're not going to have those penetration items.
Yeah, and you know what's really cool for me at this point? Dao actually going for the Dragon's Rage. So he's able to heal up much faster when he hits normal creeps as well. But not only that, he deals 6% of his health as extra damage for his normal hits. And look at that. The domination, 3,000, they get both of the neutral objectives.
Yeah, this is what we normally see from AG Global. They're normally the ones that are dominating the map, dominating these objectives. But right now, it seems like they've just been mirrored by Fearless Esports Hong Kong. They have taken their identity and used it against them so far, because down in the farm lane, they're down to the higher ground turrets, and they are down to neutral objectives. Joe K throwing a few of the blades here, just trying to bit of damage, but go straight to the back line. There is Dao. Musashi taking down the Ming as well, and we have Qin Ling into the back line there. The Byron backdoor play. Snow goes in, tries to get the double CC onto KK. KK falls as well, so first kill for the side of AG Global, but is it a little bit too late here for AG Global to start coming back? Because overall, that was a 3-1 trade, and potentially a higher ground turret here as well. We see the Unbridled Rage come through. Byron into the back of the line, trying to keep them away from the high ground turret. 7 minutes in, a high ground turret falls. Oh, yeah, there we go. A little bit preemptive for me, but it does fall.
Yep, I mean, no matter how you look at it, you cannot deny how dominant Fearless Esports Hong Kong are at this point. And look at the funneling of the farm. It's not even going into the hands of the Arlie. KK is not the richest. It is actually Dao. 5.8 thousand gold, already done with the Dragon's Rage, going into the Burning Cape as well. Once he completes that Burning Rage, that Burning Cape, it's going to have anti-regen properties as well, and that's going to hurt the side of Zhou so much.
Has destroyed a tower.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time until they actually get those items coming through for the anti-regen as well, which could be at a detriment to AG Global, because they're only really holding on to that sustain for themselves right now, thanks to the Huan, thanks to the Kaiser, but Kaiser getting caught out in the bush here. Joe K tries to go Invincible Warrior, but it's going to be enough. We see KK goes in, does a lot of damage, is able to life step out of there as well. So no catching KK once more. He does fall, Snow's in the bush, a little bit of a phase check with the face from Woodwind, but if you're going to phase check with your face, Zhongfei's the guy that wants to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? He will break your face if he gets a glimpse of you as well. Here comes a wraparound. Woodwind, does he have his ultimate? Yes, he does. Waiting for the perfect opportunity, getting the Leaping Savior down as well. It's all a setup at this point, because AG, they know they can't overcommit at this particular juncture of the game.
Yeah, they're definitely behind by 6k gold. So like you said, Kin, they can't overcommit. They don't have the priority in that farm lane as well. They have not taken that T1 for themselves. So it's already pretty much a safe haven for the side of Fearless Esports Hong Kong to be able to just do these neutral objectives, go back to that T1 if they need to, or even just push the lane even further. But Byron is already in that mid lane, already looking to cause a stir, trying to push these minion waves, trying to keep AG Global off of that neutral objective, and was able to.
Yep, and this is one of the benefits of getting a tier 3 so early in the game. You don't really have to manage the waves that hard. Look at that, the very quick rotation. The T1 at the top isn't even threatened at this point. Snow, I think he did really well, right? There's a couple of truth mantras he landed down really quickly onto the backlines of Fearless Esports Hong Kong, but there's just not enough damage.
Yeah, we should remember the point for AG Global that we've been saying in the drafts, right, for the past 2 games is that the damage is just not quite there. We just kind of hope that Zayze is able to just farm up and activate pretty early on before the enemy's farm lane. But there we go. Untargetable comes from Urshian as well, keeping himself alive. But what is not alive is the T2 and the T2, both T2, sorry, I don't know where I was going with that one. T2 in the mid lane and the Clash lane, both don't survive that little engage and priority in those lanes.
Yeah, breaking not just the structures, but breaking the spirits on the side of AG Global. At this point, it's hard to fathom, right? How does AG Global come back into this game? Once again, Fearless Esports, they take another neutral objectives for themselves. This time, take the Tyrant. They're ready to fight.
Yeah, normally when we have teams at this point, they're able to kind of push the side lanes. They're not quite already pushed to that higher ground turret. So you could kind of see that Zaze is able to try and do macro plays, try and farm up, try and get some of these jungle objectives within their own jungle. But the fact that the mid lane has completely been deterred all the way down to their higher ground turret, and then the farm lane is completely gone. It just gives Zaze no freedom to do any of that. None of those comeback mechanics are able to be here. And it looks like Fearless Esports aren't going to allow them to get to that ultimate comeback mechanic, which is going to be that Tempest Dragon, because we haven't even seen it once in the Open Series Split 2. And so far, how this game's going, I don't think we're going to see it in this game.
Yep, they're bidding their time at this point, right? So AG Global, they are just trying their best to hang on, but it's the complete opposite, right? For the side of Fearless Esports Hong Kong, at this point, what they're looking for is just for the cooldowns. And if AG Global makes the very dire mistake of trying to step out of the base to contest for neutral objectives, I'm pretty sure Fearless Esports Hong Kong will punish them extremely painfully.
Yeah, that's the thing that we've got to try and do. There's got to be, stay calm, collective, and try and take these small victories into these team fights as well. Maybe trying to pick off the likes of KK, which we've seen Snow do already just in this game, this map 3. But there we go, flash in for Xinling on the Byron, which is just so deadly, doing a lot of damage onto Zaze, just trying to get him out of these team fights as they have the minion waves, trying to push the higher ground turret in that mid lane. And there's the Winter's coming, trying to zone them out so they can't take those minion waves from the side of Fearless Esports. And we're at the Crystal already. It is the 12-minute mark. Byron uses that ultimate there to get that shield off, try and do a little bit of AoE damage as well. KK just taunting the side of AG Global for now.
Yep, it's so, destabling, right? For the side of AG Global, they even forced out Ertian to use that flash defensively. So now Ertian can't really offer too much, and this is the perfect timing because Fearless Esports Hong Kong, they know, hey, they have nothing left in the books. It is time to take the neutral objective. They get the Shadow Overlord as well, and this is going to clear up the waves in the top lane, and this could be the finishing blow that Fearless Esports Hong Kong are going to lay onto AG Global.
I mean, they're looking like for the perfect game here, right? Other than dropping one life, they've not dropped a single turret. So they're looking to try and take all the higher ground turrets because here it is. The effort is pretty clear. The minions are here. We see that there's a bit of a split push here for Xinling as well on the Byron, and no one's died just yet. Zaze is down, so that's all their damage pretty much gone on the side of AG Global. We have the minions at the crystals, 2-0 down. It is